Hello everyone, welcome to AI Creations. Today we talk about one of the most demanding topic, that is the difference between memory and storage devices, and RAM or ROM. To understand complete knowledge of all of these topics, I request you to all to watch complete video till end. Without wasting out time, we start our video. First, talk about the main difference between memory and storage devices. Storage devices are hardware components used to save and retrieve digital data. They can be categorized into primary, volatile, and secondary, non-volatile, storage. Primary storage, like RAM, is directly accessible by the CPU and provides temporary storage. Secondary storage, such as hard drives and USB drives, offers long-term data retention. Common storage devices include hard disk drives, HDDs, solid-state drives, SSDs, USB flash drives, memory cards, and network-attached storage, NAS. Types of storage devices. Primary storage, volatile. RAM, random access memory. Fast. Temporary storage for data and instructions the CPU is actively using. ROM, read-only memory. Non-volatile memory that stores basic instructions for the computer to boot up. Cache memory, faster memory used to store frequently accessed data, improving performance. Secondary storage, non-volatile. Hard disk drives, HDDs. Traditional storage devices with spinning platters and read-write heads. Solid-state drives, SSDs. Modern storage devices using flash memory for faster performance and durability. USB flash drives. Portable storage devices using flash memory. Memory cards. Small, removable storage devices for cameras, phones, etc. Optical discs, CDs, DVDs, Blu-ray. Storage using lasers to read and write data on reflective discs. Network-attached storage, NAS. Storage devices connected to a network, allowing multiple users to access files. Key differences. Volatile versus non-volatile. Primary storage, RAM, is volatile, meaning data is lost when the power is turned off. Secondary storage is non-volatile, retaining data even when the computer is off. Speed. RAM is much faster than secondary storage, but it has limited capacity. Capacity. Secondary storage generally has much larger storage capacities than primary storage. Let's discuss about computer memory. Computer memory, also known as RAM, random access memory, is a temporary storage space that a computer uses to hold data and instructions while it's actively being used. It's like a computer's short-term memory, allowing for quick access to information needed for current tasks. When the computer is turned off, the data in RAM is typically lost, unlike storage devices like hard drives which retain information even when the computer is off. Types of RAM. DRAM, dynamic RAM. This is the most common type of RAM used in computers. SRAM, static RAM. SRAM is faster than DRAM but typically more expensive and used in specific applications like cache memory. How it works. 1. Data is loaded into RAM. When you open a program or file, the necessary data and instructions are loaded from your storage device, like a hard drive, into RAM. 2. Processor accesses RAM. The computer's processor, CPU, can then quickly access this data in RAM to perform tasks, like displaying images, running calculations, or processing user input. 3. Data is updated in RAM. As you work, the data in RAM is constantly being updated. For example, if you type a document, the changes are reflected in RAM. 4. Data is saved to storage. When you save your work, the data in RAM is written to a storage device, like a hard drive, for permanent storage. Now discuss about RAM. RAM stands for Random Access Memory, is a computer's short-term memory that provides fast access to data for the CPU. It's like a computer's workbench, holding data and instructions that are actively being used. When a computer is powered off, the data stored in RAM is erased, making it volatile memory. Here's a more detailed explanation. Short-term memory. RAM is used to store data and instructions that the CPU needs to access quickly. It's like the computer's short-term memory, allowing for rapid access to information. Volatile memory. Unlike storage devices like hard drives, RAM is volatile. This means that the data stored in RAM is lost when the computer is turned off. Performance. More RAM generally leads to better performance, especially when multitasking. With more RAM, the computer can keep more data readily available for the CPU, reducing the need to access slower storage devices. Speed. RAM is designed for speed. It allows for very fast read and write operations, which are crucial for the CPU to function efficiently. Capacity. RAM capacity is typically measured in gigabytes, GB. Modern systems commonly have 8 GB, 16 GB, or 32 GB of RAM. Example. When you open a file or run an application, the data and instructions related to that file or application are loaded into RAM, allowing the CPU to access them quickly. Now we discuss about ROM. ROM stands for read-only memory, is a type of computer memory that stores permanent data and instructions, primarily used for booting up devices and storing firmware. It's non-volatile, meaning it retains data even when the power is off, and typically cannot be easily modified. ROM is essential for a computer's initial startup and for running basic operations. Here's a more detailed explanation. Key characteristics. Non-volatile. Unlike RAM, random access memory, which loses its data when the power is turned off, ROM retains its data permanently. Read-only. ROM is designed for reading data, not for frequent writing or rewriting. While some types of ROM can be programmed or erased under specific conditions, the general principle is that the data stored is intended to be permanent. Used for firmware. ROM typically stores firmware, which is the software that controls the basic functions of a device. This includes instructions for the computer to boot up, BIOS, handle input, output, and run basic diagnostics. Examples. ROM is found in various devices, including computers, in the BIOS chip, game consoles, as game cartridges, and other embedded systems. Types of ROM. Mask ROM. The data is programmed during the manufacturing process and cannot be changed. PROM. Programmable ROM. PROM can be programmed once by the user using a special device. EPROM. Erasable programmable ROM. EPROM can be erased using ultraviolet light and reprogrammed. EEPROM. Electrically erasable programmable ROM. EEPROM can be erased and reprogrammed electrically, without needing to be removed from the device. So this is the complete knowledge of memory, storage devices and RAM, ROM. I hope you all understand the complete concept well. Stay tuned for next upcoming videos. Like, subscribe and share my channel for latest upcoming videos and updates, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.